Yo, what's up everybody? Back with another video. Today we are doing an Apex gun tier list this time. Not a character, but a gun tier list. Like I said in the last video, this is personal preference, so sorry if you don't agree. And without further ado, let's just get straight into it. First up on our list is the 30-30 repeater. I'm gonna have to put the 30-30 repeater without the skull piercer in C tier. Hear me out. It does do 40 damage right around there, but it's just not very efficient. It's just one of the least reliable guns or marksman rifles you can use, and it just doesn't do much damage. It's not the best far range, like too far range, so it's just mid. Alternator. I'm gonna have to put the alternator in B tier. Right now, all SMGs are really good, but Alternator, in my opinion, is one of the worst ones right now. It's pretty good, but it's not the best right now in the game. I've got to say it. Bow check. If you know how to use it, definitely an A tier. Basically, you can just fry with it, and for headshots, it does like 110 damage. And when you go even close range, it does up to like 30 damage per hit. Alright, so next up on our list is going to be the car SMG. I'm gonna have to put that in S tier. Right now the car is so good, it fries, and it's like one of the most, it's a meta gun right now. Charge rifle. I'm gonna have to put the charge rifle in B tier. Basically, it's good for farming damage, but if you don't know how to aim very well, it's not very useful. If you don't know how to aim well, it does like 6 damage per hit. Longbow DMR. I'm gonna have to put, without the skull piercer, I'm gonna have to put that in B tier. Basically, longbow altogether is a really good gun, but it's just not there without the skull piercer. Next up is Devotion LMG. First of all, the recoil's crazy on it, and without the turbocharger, it doesn't go very fast. So I'm gonna have to put that in C tier because it is a good gun. It does some damage, but the recoil and it doesn't load as fast. It's like the Havoc, it loads for a second. Evo with double tap. I'm gonna have to put that in B tier. I honestly think the eBay Auto just normally is better than the double tap because it's just hard recoil for like newer players, and it's just I feel like a little bit less useful during gunfights. I guess you could do it to break their shield, but I like full control of my gun, so yeah. D7 Scout with double tap. I'm also gonna have to put that in B tier because it is pretty good for close range, but for long range, I wouldn't recommend using a double tap for long range too much. And the double tap does some crazy recoil on your gun. It's not very good. Eva A tier, just normally. Basically, the one shot's pretty good. That's why it's an A tier. It doesn't have the worst recoil in the game, and it does quite a bit of damage. Next up, right now, Flatline. S tier, one of the meta ARs right now. If you know how to control its recoil, it's amazing. It's it is a meta AR right now. 40-45 with hammer point. I'm gonna have to put that in A tier. Basically, it does a bunch of damage, and it's pretty easy to control. It doesn't have the worst recoil in the game. Next up, P20 with the hammer point. I'm gonna have to go B tier. Basically, if you click fast enough, it's beast. It's really good. Mozambique shotgun with hammer point. I'm gonna have to put that in B tier also. Basically, it does a bunch of damage, like I said, like all the hammer point guns, but it's just kind of hard to use because it has such a small hitbox, and it doesn't do the most damage in the game. Havoc without turbocharger, C tier too. Basically, Havoc without turbocharger is nothing. It's pretty much just trash. That's all I'm gonna say, just trash. Hemlock Burst AR, S tier. Like the Nemesis, it's really good. Burst does a bunch of damage, so yeah. I'm gonna have to put this in A tier. Basically, or actually S tier, because basically if you get the 2 good headshots, they're done for. And if you get really good, you can just crack them, farm damage. It's crazy. L-Star, I'm also going to have to put that in S tier right now. It can go long range, it can go close range. It's just so good right now. Master Shotgun. I'm going to have to put that in B tier. It's not as good as the PK, but it's not as bad as like Mozambique. Like without a hammer point. Mozambique without hammer point, C tier. Basically, it just I put this in B tier and it still wasn't the best, and this is just without the extra damage. Nemesis, we don't have to explain that right there. Nemesis is S tier. It is one of the most amazing guns in the game right now, and it can just fry. It's like the Hemlock pretty much, but like faster. P2020 normally. C tier. Basically, it with the hammer point is just not. Or not. I'm even gonna put that in D tier, because it just does like 0 damage, and you'll just get fried if someone else has a good gun or something. PK. I'm gonna have to put the PK in A tier right now. Right now, sometimes it's not reliable if you don't know how to use it right. It just does like 9 damage, but it can fry sometimes. But we would like it all the time. Then it would be S tier. But only sometimes it hits good shots. Definitely an A tier. Prowler. I'm gonna have to put that also in S tier. All the bursts right now are amazing. Prowler does a bunch of damage close range, and it can sometimes fry long range. R301. I'm gonna have to put that in A tier. Basically, R301's not meta right now. It doesn't do much damage. It does have high accuracy and good recoil control, but it just doesn't do as much damage as the flatline. R9, S tier. Right now, every SMG in the game is pretty much crazy right now. Pretty much. Besides RE and the alternator, but it's just crazy. The R9. Rampage. I'm gonna have to put that in C tier right now, because without a thermite grenade, not the best in the world. It just goes super slow, but it does do quite a bit of damage per hit. So that's why I didn't put it in D tier. RE45 normally. I'm also gonna have to put that in C tier. R9 or what's it called? I forget it. I already forgot it. RE is really good for close range, but just without the hammer point, it's not very good. It just does nothing really. G7 normally. I'm actually gonna put this G7 over this one. Basically, long range without the double tap, it's amazing. So it does a bunch of damage and it's easier to control with recoil. Sentinel. I'm gonna have to put Sentinel in B tier right now. It's a good sniper if you know how to use it, but if you don't know how to use it, meh. 30-30 with Skull Piercer. Also another B tier. Headshot damage is crazy with it if you're from far range, but I just don't think it's as good as a normal G7 Scout. Longbow with this, A tier. Right now, Longbow with a Skull Piercer is just insane. And Wingman with a Skull Piercer. Also, I think most of you are going to disagree, but I think I'm going to put that in S tier right now. It's just insane. Spitfire. I'm going to have to put that in C tier. It just doesn't do much damage. It does have a big mag, but barely any damage. Triple Take. I'm going to have to put the Triple Take in A tier. Basically, it does a bunch of damage. It's pretty much like the G7 Scout, just I think a little bit smidgy bit better. Devotion LMG with the turbocharger. I'm going to have to put that in A tier. Or no, let's not put, that B tier, because it's not that crazy because the recoil. But if we are talking something that's A tier with the turbocharger, it's the Havoc. It is just crazy with the turbocharger. Volt SMG now. I'm gonna have to also put that in A tier, because it's just good for frying, but it's just not as good as the R9 and the Prowler. Wingman. Let's see. The Wingman's gotta go right over A tier, because it just fries still. It does a bunch of damage. And yeah, we got D tier, C tier, B tier, A tier, and S tier. All of them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you can, make sure to like and subscribe. And peace out, everybody.